second base leading off. Welcome back, you now with a number 0 on his back. Cole Calhoun Rojo in right field. He's at first base batting 4th. CJ Cron, designated hitter, batting 5th. Batting 6th is Cameron Maben, making his debut with the Angels here in camp in left field. Danny Espinosa also in his debut at second base, batting 7th. As
pitch, it is right in there for a called strike on Corey Spangenberg. We're underway and just have the red tops, white pants, and there's a cut and miss by the left-handed hit at left center and right center field. Next pitch, that's low and inside, and the count now level. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Spangenberg. He was in 14 games last year for the Padres. He's a former first-round pick of San Diego, now 25 years old. Here's the 2-2, and a cut and a miss. His helmet comes flying off his head, and a strikeout for J.C. Ramírez to start off today's game.
He can amp it up there to the mid to the upper 90s. Saw him hit triple digits a couple of times last year, and so far nice and loose. Talking to J.C. before the game, he goes, what I want to do is just concentrate on Carlos's glove and try to throw right through it.
So the batter now is Eric Ibar, the former Angel who split time between the Braves and the Tigers a year ago. He's swinging at the first pitch and fouls that one off. On the first base side, 0-1 on Ibar. 243 batting average a year ago for the switch hitter. Ibar is now 33 years old. And he has a legitimate shot to be an everyday shortstop for San Diego. Here's the pitch. This is an easy bouncer hit right to second, right at Danny Espinosa. He'll get Ibar by plenty, and that's the second out. 2 up, 2 away. And Will Myers will be the next batter.
The man with a beard. Second batter gets that one out of the way. Danny Espinosa, welcome. And he's so happy to be right next to Simba. Boy, these two could be electric. Just a highlight reel. Get ready for that. Because Espinosa, highly rated shortstop last year for the Washington Nationals, and quite happy to be next to Anderson Simmons. Quite a combo.
So here's Will Myers, right-handed batter, and the first pitch, that one is taken for a called strike. Myers was an all-star for the first time in his career a year ago. He hit .259, that real all-star-like batting average, but he did hit 28 homers. He drove in 94 runs. And there's a pitch on the outside corner. It's a called strike.
For a guy that projected to be a superstar as an outfielder because his multi-tools, became an all-star as a first baseman.
Yep. So he's deep in the hole is Myers. Here's the 0-2 from Ramírez, and that one is low, smothered by the catcher Carlos Perez. Around the infield, Luis Valbuena plays first. Danny Espinosa, the second baseman. Escobar getting his first start in the Cactus League at third. 2-2 is the count. The first, and the next delivery. It's
very good sinker. We've been working on that plenty in the offseason and coming into camp. Implementing a curveball now, and of course a very unforgiving.
Goes against Ramírez. He thought he had him struck out again. So full. So we get set to go to the second. No score. Good first inning for J.C. Ramírez. He retired 3 in a row. They didn't get the ball out of the infield against him, and he had a pair of strikeouts. So he'll face Hunter Renfroe. Young player, 25 years old. Spent some time with the Padres a year ago. Had big power numbers last year in the minors. In AAA last year, 30 home runs. 105 runs batted in, and he hit 4 home runs in only 11 games last year with San Diego. First pitch, takes it for a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, Terry, and according to manager Andy Green, outfield's wide open right now between Renfroe himself and a few other candidates.
There's a fastball. It's inside for a ball.
Among them, Travis Jankowski, who can really run. Manuel Margot, Alex Dickerson. It seems like the whole roster is up for grabs. There are very few locked up spots here with the Padres going into 2017.
Yeah, there's one that's fouled back. There's not a lot of big name players on this San Diego club at all. And then you look at their starting pitching, and of course, for any team to be successful, you have to have at least decent starting pitching, and you're certainly striving for better than that. Here's the pitch, and that one is low. And if you look at the Padres rotation, I don't know that there's a true number one. And when you look at their rotation, projected rotation for this season, 2 of those starters in the rotation were in the Angels rotation last year, Weaver and Chacin. Here's the 3-1, and that one will miss low and away, ball 4. So Renfroe has a leadoff walk. So the batter will be Carlos Azuaje.
J.C. Ramírez with the Angels last year when he came over from Cincinnati. 46 1/3 innings for the Angels. ERA of 2.91. 31 strikeouts in 46 1/3 innings. Cleaning it up. Finishing off his pitches. Implementing secondary pitches. Because, of course, as you know, he had the reputation of just being wild and all over the place. But we saw he had the reputation of just being wild and all over the place. But we saw a guy that periodically, as the year progressed, just got better in getting ahead and finishing up. And he has the ability, of course, Terry, pardon me, to go more than 1 inning, which is an asset. Carlos has had trouble catching a couple of the sinkers. His fastball way down in the zone, trying to throw way too hard.
So it's 2 balls and no strikes on Carlos Azuaje, and he grounds one through the right side in between Espinosa and
it's just playing the game right and not giving up on anything. A lot of guys take the ball, take the
ties to South Orange County, and the pitch, that one is low, smothered nicely by the catcher Carlos Perez. Our whiz Eric K.
Our good buddy Socio Ike.
Here's the pitch, and that one is low. And now Derek Norris is wondering if he might get traded from the Nationals.
No kidding.
Signed Matt Wieters. Here's a little pickoff toss over to third base. The runner wasn't very far off the bag. Hunter Renfroe.
It's one of my favorite plays right there.
Had a big season a year ago in AAA. He hit at all at the major league level. And in 8 games last year, he hit as well, struggled with the bat. Chops that one foul, and
Renfroe, the place to be. The opportunity right there in front of you.
And here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. It's bounced right by the pitcher, and it gets past Ramírez into center field for an RBI hit. Boy, Ramírez stops that ball. They don't score a run, and he gets the out at first. He tried to make a play on it, but somehow it eluded him, and it's an RBI single for Hedges. 1-0 San Diego.
He's shoring it down and just going out there thinking big part of the field through the middle, and gets the job done.
So at the plate now is Colin Cowgill, former Angel, who was with the Indians for a brief time last year, spent most of last season in AAA. Calgill parts of 3 seasons with the Angels, and the pitch, and he takes on the outside corner, and Ramírez moves in front, 0-2.
At one point, a very valuable piece for Mike Scioscia. Very strong arm. And there's many times a few years ago, Mike Scioscia used him as a very reliable leadoff hitter.
And the next delivery, here's a swing and a foul tip. That one is held by Perez. It'll go down as a strikeout. Calgill is set down. 3rd strikeout today for Ramírez. 2nd out. Here's the first one on Blash, and he fouls that one back and out of play. San Diego has scored first today. Run here in the 2nd.
Right back to the basics. Padres are on the board because of a leadoff walk.
Here's the 0-1, and a breaking ball misses low and away. Blash spent a little bit of time last year with the Padres. 38 games, hit just 169. The rest of the time in AAA a year ago. He was in the Mariners organization for a while. He takes that pitch low and away. Blash has had some solid power numbers in the minors. In fact, he hit 32 home runs a couple years ago between AA and AAA. He's a big guy. He goes about 6'5". Here's the next pitch, and he chops it on the 3rd base side.
This day to Albert Pujols.
Next delivery, that one's a little bit low. And so the count runs full, 3-2. You mentioned Andy Green, the 2nd-year manager of the Padres. He's only 39 years old. He was a 3rd base coach just a few years ago here in Arizona with the D-backs. And he has a tough assignment here. They won only 68 games a year ago. Some people wonder if they're any better this year. There's a pitch that's low and in on the 3-2, and that's ball 4.
There's too many pitches, and here comes Mike.
And we are going to have a pitching change, it appears. So that will be it for Ramírez. He ended up facing 5 batters here in the inning. 2 of them had hits, 2 of them walked. Angels did get an out on the bases. So Mike Scioscia will take the baseball, and we will take a break. Break of the action, a pitching change coming up.